There are pyramids in the United States. I mean, they're in Mexico, Guatemala, sure. Yeah. There are also pyramids in Illinois.
I never knew that.
Yeah. On purpose, you don't know this. So the pyramids are actually not stone. They're made out of earth. So, maybe people think they're not quite as amazing because they're made out of dirt. But what's really amazing is that the Native Americans built them in a place that had no native stone. So when they built the foundation, it is stone. They had to import the stone from hundreds of kilometers away. And then they figured out the right mixture of clay, sand, and silt to basically make erosion-proof dirt. And they built these pyramids using this high-tech mixture of clay, sand, and silt, and they're still there. Well, some of them are. The biggest one is in a place called Cahokia. It's right across the Mississippi River from St. Louis, Missouri. When you go there, you'll hear Chinese spoken, you'll hear Japanese spoken, you'll hear German and French spoken, because all the tourists are from somewhere else. You hardly hear any English because Americans don't even know it exists. Wow. But it's not, Cahokia isn't the only site. There were hundreds of sites all around there with little mounds. And what developers did was they went in with bulldozers, they bulldozed the mounds and they shoved them into nearby ponds and built housing developments where the ponds used to be. And the goal was erase. There was probably a little bit of ignorance, there was probably a lot of greed, but there was also in the background, it was this past that they weren't connected to. So it made them, it probably sat in the back of their head like, we were really violent. What we did here was really wrong. Yeah. And so how do you justify it? Well, they didn't try to justify it. They tried to erase it. There was in Ohio, I can't remember the name of the site. It's an amazing site. Mound people is what we called them at the time. Mississippian culture. They had built this mound that really interesting structure. It had stuff buried inside of it. It just a magical place. And in World War I, the United States military, the Army, decided that was going to be their training ground, that specific spot. But to build the barracks on it, they had to put the barracks on stilts because of the mounds. But then they didn't want to spend that much money on wood, so they cut the tops of the mounds off. And then they built the barracks on top. The United States ran out of land. Like, this was literally the last place in the United States